In record time, The Queen's Gambit became one of the most watched series in Netflix history. It takes an incredibly talented cast to nail such a compelling performance. Have you ever been curious about what these characters' real lives look like? Before we get into The Queen's Gambit's real-life partners and lifestyles, make sure to like and subscribe to Fact Factory for more amazing content. Activate the notifications so you can be notified whenever we upload new content. Alright, let's get into it. Number 8. Jacob Fortune-Lloyd as Towns. Bringing sexy back to chess is Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, portrayer of Towns. Now, out of all the cast members, Jacob is no doubt the most alluringly mysterious, as he doesn't tend to give interviews that often. Here's what we know about him. He's an English actor who studied English literature at Oxford University and trained at the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. His acting portfolio includes plays such as The Merchant of Venice, Macbeth, Othello, and more. However, if you want to catch a glimpse of Jacob playing an entirely different role, check him out as Sith Fleet Officer in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Now, what does an insanely talented actor like Jacob, who's also had roles in BBC's Wolf House and Netflix Medici, do for fun? If you want an insider look at what his lifestyle is like, take a look. His passions lie not only in acting, but singing, beatboxing, and dancing too. He knows 20th century, ballroom, and period dance styles. He's also a language aficionado, as he can speak Italian and French. And before he was playing Beth's competitor in The Queen's Gambit and potential love interest, he already knew how to play chess. And hey, if the acting thing doesn't work, though we doubt that, Jacob can always follow his second dream of being a footballer. Number 7. Moses Ingram as Jolene. Next up, we have Moses Ingram, the sleeper star of The Queen's Gambit, in her role as Jolene, the sometimes good and sometimes bad influence fellow orphan friend of Beth. Can you believe that the compelling Jolene was Ingram's first acting gig? Just goes to show you how talented she is. That's not to say she doesn't have any acting experience. Born and raised in Baltimore, US, Ingram attended the Baltimore School for the Arts and the Yale School of Drama. In 2015, she got to take home a theater award from the National Society of Arts and Letters. And if you're wondering if Ingram shared Jacob Fortune-Lloyd or any of the characters' love and talent for chess, you may be far off the mark. According to the actress, before the show, she used her chess pieces mostly to play checkers. Number 6. Harry Melling as Harry Beltic. Was anyone else shocked at seeing the Dudley Dursley from the Harry Potter movies in The Queen's Gambit? And to add to that, was anyone else surprised by how amazing he was as one of Beth's friends and competitors? A long way from playing the cousin from hell in Harry Potter, Harry Melling has changed his life, appearance, and acting style entirely. Maybe we can attribute this to his lineage of actors in his family, and his maternal grandfather was the legendary second Doctor in the Doctor Who series. He's also the nephew of actors David and Michael Troughton. Following his iconic role of Dudley Dursley, Melling went on to train at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts, and he went on to lose so much weight that he became unrecognizable. Seriously, he was actually almost recast for his appearance in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. He had to wear a fat suit. Melling loves the change in his life. He said, "I can now shed the child actor thing, like the fat, and start a new career, because no one sees me as Dudley." The Queen's Gambit isn't the most exciting thing in his year. He has 2 additional Netflix projects, Charlize Theron's action movie The Old Guard and The Devil All the Time. Now for his personal life, Harry likes to keep away from the spotlight. We do know he's been in a year-long committed relationship, but he uses his social media accounts to mostly promote his work. Number 5. Marielle Stiles-Heller as Alma Wheatley. It's hard to believe that someone who nails playing Alma Wheatley on The Queen's Gambit isn't first and foremost an actress. Marielle Stiles-Heller is actually a writer and a director. She was listed among the several female directors snubbed for the Academy Awards and Golden Globes nominations for Best Director. Natalie Portman wore a dress with the names of the snubbed female directors, including Marielle. So although you may not recognize her name, you'll surely recognize her famous movies: The Diary of a Teenage Girl, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Can You Ever Forgive Me? Despite being drawn by storytelling, Heller's first love has always been acting. Now, she gets to put all 3 titles in her resume. Somehow, Heller finds time to enjoy a fulfilling personal life. She's married to comedian and director Jorma Taccone, who she met at UCLA while she was studying acting. And together, they have 2 kids and live in Brooklyn, New York. Heller and her husband have an agreement that if one of them has a big project, the other has to stay home to be the primary parent. We love couples being supportive of each other's success. Believe it or not, but Heller and her husband aren't the only successful stars in the family. Heller's sister is a producer and writer for Bill Hader's HBO comedy Barry. Her brother is a musician, her brother-in-law is the lead singer of the band Electric Guest, and her father-in-law is a theater director. Number 4. Bill Camp as Mr. Shable. Bill Camp stole our hearts playing best chess instructor, but he's also stolen the hearts of everyone in his many roles over the past decade. It's hard to find someone who's a staple of supportive roles in Hollywood such as Bill Camp. On both the big and small screen, he's been in Oscar-winning movies like 12 Years a Slave and Birdman, and he's been celebrated in TV shows like Boardwalk Empire, The Leftovers, and The Night Of, and in successful thrillers such as Jason Bourne, Dark Waters, and Red Sparrow. Success and a $12 million net worth didn't come easy to Bill Camp. Before he found his footing in the acting world, he worked several odd jobs, including being a landscaper, a restaurant cook, and at his friend's auto garage. Now, he gets to enjoy that Hollywood life and that Emmy Award he got with his wife, Elizabeth Marvel, who he married on September 4th, 2004, and with his son, Silas, who was born in 2007. Number 3. Marcin Dorokinski as Vasily Borgov. Do you think Vasily Borgov is an evil villain, or was he just seriously into winning? Let us know your thoughts. But behind Beth's nemesis is an admirable actor, a big softie, and an animal lover. Meet Marcin Dorokinski, a Polish film, television, stage actor, and an all-around amazing human being. Dorokinski was born into a poor family and grew up in a small village called Kladzienko. His father was a smith and his mother a housewife. Dorokinski has 3 brothers, all cops, but growing up, he wanted to become a professional football player. Sadly, his dreams were shot down after a major leg injury, but that wasn't his destined path. It was his history teacher who noticed his talent for acting and encouraged him to go for it. Now, he's reached international success for not only his role in 5 of 7 episodes in The Queen's Gambit, but for his role as Antoni Polokinski in Spies of Warsaw. To Dorokinski, the glitter and playing to the camera irritate him. He rarely goes to banquets and the paparazzi phenomenon scares him. So Dorokinski keeps to himself, but we do know he's married and has 3 children. His free time is spent walking his dog, enjoying triathlons, car and motor racing, and writing about Poland's beautiful nature. Number 2. Thomas Brodie-Sangster as Benny Watts. We can all agree that Thomas Brodie-Sangster is immortal, right? He just doesn't seem to age the same way that we do. Whether he's playing Liam Neeson's stepson in Love Actually, to casually appearing in everything from Star Wars and Doctor Who to major roles in The Maze Runner and Game of Thrones, Thomas certainly has a wide range of talents. He also almost stole the series from Anya Taylor-Joy as the charming narcissist Benny Watts. When he's not acting, you can usually find Thomas rocking out in the jazz clubs of South London in his band Win It, in which his mother provides the vocals for their songs, his dad on drums, and Brodie-Sangster himself on bass. His Maze Runner co-star Dylan O'Brien also sometimes jams with him, though according to Brodie-Sangster, they're so bad no one wants to hear them. Brodie-Sangster also knows how to play drums, which he had to learn for Love Actually. And here's a fact you won't believe. He was 13 years old then. At the time, Keira Knightley was only 18, only 5 years older than him. Brodie-sangster shies away from the spotlight, but you'll occasionally spot an adorable post about him and his girlfriend, Jeezy Wisdom, who's a model and a photographer. Number 1. Anya Taylor-Joy as Beth Harmon. We saved the best for last, the wildly talented Anya Taylor-Joy. Where to even start with this? From orthodox breakthrough moments to acclaimed roles, let's get started. Anya Taylor-Joy was born in Miami, the youngest of 6 kids. You can say she's learned to fight for her seat at the table. She was raised in Argentina and only spoke Spanish for the first 8 years of her life. Then, when her family moved to London, after stubbornly refusing to speak English for 2 years, she finally picked up the language with the help of her uncle, who read her the Harry Potter books. At 16 years old, she quit school to become an actress. Here's how she was uniquely discovered. She was outside of Harrods shop in London when she was spotted by Sarah Dukas, the same model scout who had discovered Kate Moss. The next day, she was signed with the famous Storm modeling agency. But her true love was always acting. Her breakthrough role, and the one which skyrocketed her to fame, was The Witch in 2015. Since then, she's gone to act in Split, Emma, Thoroughbreds, and more. To prep for her role as the genius chess player Beth Harmon in The Queen's Gambit, Taylor-Joy studied chess theory to understand the game. She would learn the exact move sequence by heart 5 minutes before filming each one. Her social media is dedicated to her work, but fans and paparazzi have picked up on Taylor-Joy's romance with photographer Ben Seed. And that's a wrap on The Queen's Gambit's real-life partners and lifestyles. Did you enjoy learning about the stars of this compelling series? How long did it take to binge-watch the 7 episodes? Let us know your thoughts below. Before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Fact Factory. Click the notifications bell so that you can be notified whenever we upload new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.